Hi, it's Toyin, and I want to show you how to enter the timesheet using a screen flow. So I'm going to be creating a new screen flow now. Select screen flow and then create. I want to use the free form here. And the first element I will be using is the screen flow. I'm making use of five. Actually, we want our screen to collect five information here, but before then, let's label the screen. I also want to add a description. Okay, so the first component I want to make use of here is a text. Okay, so just drop. I want to label this tax description and also make it required. I want the second element will be date to fetch my timesheet date. I also want to make this required. And the third one I will be making use of the third component is numbers to fetch my hours worked. Very nice. Hours worked. I would also be making this required. I need two more. We need to create two more screens here, but we need to create new variables for them, which is the projects and the consultants um, details. So I'm going to click done for this now, and what I would do is to head over to the manager and click on new resources, and then I'll make use of the record choice sets. The API name here will be the project, and I'll be adding a tax description, list of projects in ongoing status. Our object here will be projects, project, this one, and our conditions will be project status, which is a pick list, equals to ongoing. You can see we have three values in our pick list, which is not started, ongoing, and complete, but we're working on ongoing. Project status equals ongoing. We want to sort sort order by ascending, and which is the project name. Um, I want a choice label, which is also the project name, and the type is text, and the choice ID will be the record ID. I want the I want to store the record ID in a variable which is for the current record. Okay, so I'm going to click done. This is our first. Okay, so we have an error. Okay, so our first resource has been created. We need another resource which is for the consultants, what particularly means the user. I would call this a user. Users with an S. Description is I want the list of all active users, all active users with content. The company. So my object here would be user. So my condition, I'm setting my conditions to be is active. Okay, so it's active equals true. So that's all active users. Then I also want to sort by ascending, which is name as well, which is the user's full name. My choice label here would also be name, full name, and data type will be text, and the choice value would be a record ID. This is supposed to be okay. Sorry, record. So ID and then ID field. Then a global variable is for current record. Then we save. Okay, we have another error. There's an error. So we have created two new resources which we will be making use of in our next flow element. Which okay, let's save first. I'm going to save this as timesheet. Timesheet flow. I want to add a description. Calling this scrum flow that prompts timesheet. So this is a screen flow that prompts timesheets and also creates timesheets. Save. And then I also want to connect my. This is just indicating that we need to connect the. So from this dotted line here, I'll just this drag this down here. Yeah. Okay. So the next element is we want to create a record. This element shows us how we specify the data that we captured in the initial screen. So I'm going to label this and also add a description. We want you to use separate resources and literal values. Our object here will be timesheet, and then we want to map our fields. So the consultants field here will be the user for that's the resource that we created. Then the next one will be the project name will also be projects, which is a resource that a record choice sets that we created. Another field that we'll be mapping is the tax description. Well, let's do the tax date first. And tax date value will be timesheet date. The next one will be the tax description, which is also this is not showing, which is tax description as well. And the last field here will be the hours, the total hours, which is also hours worked. Okay, so I'm going to be clicking done. Records, our fields have been matched to each values. So we're clicking done. Again, I'll be connecting both elements. We okay, okay. So we need another screen element which will show us that our timesheet has been created successfully. So I'm dragging our timesheet. What we need here, the component that we'll be using here is a display text, which is just a static text. But first, let's okay. Label this. I want to label this timesheets created pen. So I'm dragging the display text. I'm giving this a API name of timesheets created, and okay, yeah, but there should be no space in this. Yeah, okay. So our display text will be timesheet created successfully, or timesheet has been created successfully. Fully, then we want to use an exclamation. Okay, this is wrong. It's timesheet. We want to make this bold and then increase the, and then also make it bold, maybe a little bigger, and then center. Okay, for the, okay, so for the navigation, I think we're good. Okay, so the set component visibility is fine. We can decide to, we can take out the footer and then click done. So let's connect this. All right. We don't need to click save again. We've already saved this. So we're going to try to run this. Okay. So we omitted the, so in the initial screen, we omitted the project and the user details. So I'm going to add them now. I'm going to be using the pick list. Okay, so I'm going to title this projects. So this is where we let's make it required first. And then this is where we select the record choice sets that we created. So I'm going to be clicking project here. And then also I'm going to be adding another pick list for the user and put it up here. I will call this consultants and also make it required. And then we select the choice, which is a user. That's the variable that we created initially. So I'm going to click on done now. And yeah, I'm going to hit save again. So I'm going to run this now, and okay, this is what our screen flow will look like. So I want to see, okay, so I'm going to select this Salesforce Service Cloud implementation for admin, and then I'm going to click my name as the consultant on this project. The task description was data implementation or migration implementation. Okay, so I'm gonna pick today's dates. Hours worked was 5 hours. So next. Okay, so this is the time sheet, the last time sheet screen we created. So it shows us that the timesheet has been created successfully. So I am going to try to see if let's check if it's been created. Uh, cancel. Let's move over to our projects management app, and move over to the project object. So I'm opening up the so you can see here that our data implementation timesheet was created. So I'm going to activate the flow now and add it to the home page. Going back to the flow, I'm going to activate it. Okay, and then add it to the sales home page. I would do is to I am in the sales home page now. So what I would do is to edit page, and then we can see flow here. When this opens up, I drag the flow to so I drag it. Yes, let's put it up here. Okay. So we select. So we select instead of the create a case, we select the timesheet flow and then save it and activate it as org default. Okay, so we assign as org default and save. Okay, so if we go back to our sales home page, okay, let's just go from there back to our sales home page. It should show us our flow, so we can access our flow here. Let's create another one. Let's use the Einstein Analytic Implementation Project. The consultant here, I'm going to pick myself, and then the task description was end user training, end users training. Okay, so dates will be 6th of April. Hours, it was 7 hours training, and then next. So it shows us the timesheet has been successfully created. Let's see the project management app and check that this has been created. So I believed what we used was the Einstein Analytic implementation. So moving over to the related list, we'd see that a new timesheet was created, which is end user training for 7 hours. Yes, pretty lengthy one, but that's it. That's how you use the Salesforce screen flow. That's how you add a timesheet to the Salesforce screen flow. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.